This is Royal with Talk Soul Central RTV style, and tonight we have the music show. And here comes my lovely, amazing, wonderful, talented co-host Hilda. How's it going, Hilda? How you
Hi.
doing?
Good. And how about you, Ray?
Oh
Good
man,
to
I'm
see you.
doing wonderful. I'm wonderful. I had what did I have today? I had a great salad with some fish over at Golden Corral today.
Oh.
So I'm a happy camper, man.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
You're always eating.
I'm always eating, right? Well, I don't. It's not like I'm eating all. I mean, I guess I'm eating all the time, but not eating. I'm not eating a lot. I eat pretty healthy. I had a
I'm
big
just
salad,
kidding.
and I
Yeah.
just had some fish, and of course, I always drink water. So that's what I do. Or like on Tuesdays, I'll go to this place called Carolina's. Awesome Mexican food, man, and I normally have mole, and so it's a cool deal.
You've been talking about mole all the time. I hadn't had mole in like decades, and I really don't care for it. But I'm gonna have to have my daughter make some. I think she knows how to make it.
There you go.
I don't even know what it really tastes like anymore. But I was having. We were sitting at not my aunt, but it's my son-in-law's Aunt Frances. But it's just stuck with us. Aunt Frances, the name. We were sitting over by the poolside yesterday, and we were eating a sandwich. And mine just blew over with the wind. So I went over to HB with my daughter today. And I went and bought the stuff to make it. I was already paid, and I forget the brooches. Brooches a little bolillo, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I haven't eaten today, really nothing. So I'm just going to have to skip eating and bake bot tomorrow. But anyway, we have a lovely Gabriella.
We have the lovely Gabriella, and let's bring her in. Awesome. So here's Gabriella. She is from New Mexico. She is awesome. She is like 144 years old.
And she's been singing since before she was even born.
She was like 2 days old or something like
or
that.
Or even before.
She's got an amazing voice, man. Again, I said she was like maybe 144 now. She's got...
No, I think she was singing before she was even born, even before her mom even knew she was going to have her.
Her first toy was a microphone.
Yeah. She didn't even have a rattle.
Oh my gosh, you had me laughing here behind the... I don't know. I'm pretty mad that I didn't get any Golden Corral. That sounded pretty good.
Right? He's always eating there.
Hey, look who's here. Hey,
Despacho, por favor.
Mexico.
I don't. What's that first word? Apachame. Apachame.
That's Leticia Cerate, my friend from South America. Wow. Hey guys,
Robert.
just to let you guys know, you're doing a great job keeping Tejano alive. Hey, my beautiful friend Hilda, how's it going?
Robert.
Hey, let your mom come in and say hi. Come on, tell her to say hi.
Yeah, my mom's hiding behind the camera because she didn't know that she would be in the screen.
Oh, well, she just came in, so.
Hey, Miss Felice.
Hey, Felice, how's it going? Feliz.
I won't show my face because I'm a bit crusty.
Oh.
She's rocking her natural hair, and we have naturally really curly hair.
Yeah.
So it kind of looks like a lion if we don't do anything to it. So she's kind of looking like a lion right now.
Oh, cool. So
well, I decided to chop mine off, so now I want mine back.
A picture of well, in case you don't know what she looks like, there it is.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Can you guess which was the mother and which was the child? Which was the mother and which is the child? Or are they twins?
That was actually when I had my dark hair. That was when I had it was almost black.
Yeah. And it's cool because it's in black and white, so it's a very cool
that's a
picture.
Beautiful picture.
We were on our way to watch Intocable, and they put on an amazing show. Right up front. It was so awesome, and we decided to take a quick selfie before we got off the van.
Oh, I love Intocable. I love their song Contra Viento y Mareo. Oh my God, I love them.
It is super cool.
There's a lot of songs I like. I like Sueña. I like Cajita de Cartón and Dame un Besito. And there's another one. I keep forgetting what it's called, but there's another one that I really love.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I actually play Cajita and Dame un Besito on my guitar.
Really? Oh, that guitar you say you bought.
I love your blue guitar. Is it with you?
Yes.
Have it with you? You have it with you?
I do. It's actually right here.
I pull it out.
Yeah, she said she bought that with her own money, I think, right?
Oh, yes. This was the first guitar that I bought for myself.
Oh, man. It's beautiful.
And it's blue. Blue's your favorite color?
Oh, yeah. That's the whole reason I got it.
Yeah.
I saw it at this music shop. And as soon it's local here in Towson, as soon as I saw it, I told my mom and dad I want it. They're like, okay, well, we'll come back another day and we'll get it. And I was like, no, I want it now. And
right now.
Okay, if you get it yourself, then you can get it. So I ended up getting it, and I've had it ever since. So I've had it for like 5 years.
Wow.
Longer. It was pretty amazing. I loved it. I love it so much. She's been
awesome.
through a few drops and stuff, but she's pretty good.
Like
That's
any
cool.
Instrument out there, man. They're, you know, you take care of your instrument, because I used to be a sax player, and I actually at one time in high school I played tuba. But you know, you take care of your instrument, and all of a sudden you hit the side of a wall or a shelf or a tear. Like, it's like when you buy a brand new car and you get a dent and you go, heart attack.
Oh, but you don't know my story of the first time I banged up Blue.
Tell us.
So, it was my first ever performance with my own band. And so I was opening up for, I don't know if you know, Chevelle Shepherd. She won The Voice a couple seasons ago.
Wow.
And I was opening up for her at Los Alamos at Ashley Pond for the Los Alamos concert series. And I was playing Blue, and then I put it down on my guitar stand, and all of a sudden, all I hear is boom. It like fell off the guitar stand right on stage, and I was like, oh, I don't want to turn around.
No.
But I'm actually going to be opening up for her again, so hopefully this time I don't drop.
Hey, Laura.
Sorry. Oh, no, it's okay. On the 4th of July.
Oh, wow.
That's a cool story, man. And it's the very first time you drop it. It's like, híjole. And then, I mean, because especially if there's a lot of traffic and then somebody accidentally steps on it or something.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky that didn't happen. So,
no, it didn't. Everybody was just like, oh.
Wow.
Hi, Laura. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Laura, how's it going? Well, great. Man, let's see. And I think I have a picture. I have a couple of pictures of you here with it. Hold on. Let me make sure, because we want to. Where is it? No, that's not it. I have to show you this.
I have two main guitars. So I have Blue, and I also have another guitar I call Zia, because the Zia sign is on the neck, and it's a super pretty guitar, super traditional acoustic, and that one I switch between them back and forth depending on the song.
So there's Blue, and that's, what do you call her? You call her Blue?
Yeah.
Blue.
Very original, of course.
Yeah. I've only heard that name twice. This is the second time. The first time is from a movie or a series, a TV series, a Western TV series called The High Chaparral. The son's name was Blue.
Blue. I've heard that name before. Other people use that name, Blue.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the kid. He said, hey, look at here, Jamie
Canales.
Hi, Jamie.
Hey, man. Oh, such a beautiful photograph. Yes. And then the other picture we have of her, where is it? Here we go. And it's a regular, normal-looking guitar, right? Is it this one?
Oh, yes, that's funny story behind that one. So when I first started to play guitar, my dad just got me like the basic, like smaller one for kids and stuff. But 2 weeks later, my dad got a guitar for himself so he could learn how to play with me. But I ended up that's his guitar. I ended up liking it more, so I stole it from him. And he never played guitar ever again.
Oh man.
So that's actually my dad's guitar, but I used it so much, that guitar. Gave I gave that guitar a lot.
Wow. And how old were you here in this picture? How old are you?
13,
Wow.
I think.
You know, speaking of your dad, in your band, do you have family members, or is it just you that is an artist?
Yes, none of them are in my band. I'm not related to any of them. And I also don't come from a musical background at all. No, my dad, he plays a little bit of air guitar, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Air guitar. I play guitar too.
Oh yeah, he's the best. And of course, my mom, she sings, but she never, she just did it more for fun. She never pursued anything. So I really don't come from a background in music. So I've had to we've had to build from the ground up, and we're learning as we go.
Yeah.
It's a crazy experience. There's tears, there's laughter, there's happy times, there's bad times, there's all of it.
Oh yeah. Yes. Janie just said her daughter's name is Blue, Misty Blue Hernandez. Yeah.
I know that name. That's so pretty.
Yes.
The E and the U are
The
backwards.
E in the verse. Yeah. In the verse.
So that's
Yes.
pretty cool. It's a lot of, my mom does have a lot. Yeah, your mom does have a lovely.
She does.
She does, man. I mean, it's really awesome, you know.
So how many pieces are in your band?
There is 4.
4 of you? Okay. Wow.
We have Omar, of course, you guys know.
Yes.
He is my conga player. He also plays trumpet for me sometimes. He does background vocals. He does ad-libs. He does it all.
Wow.
Playback and everything else he does. And then we have Anthony Lucero, who is my drummer. Then we have Matthew Vasquez, who is my guitar player. And we have Fernando Morales, who is my bass player. And we're all pretty young. I'm the baby of the group.
Yeah.
And, Fernando actually just graduated from high school, so he's doing well. And Matthew's 17, and Anthony is gonna be 20 soon. Wow. And Ahmad is 23. So we're all
young.
And I just turned 17, as you know.
Yes, you did.
Wow, man. Yeah. We had you on our
Oh, I'm sorry. I turned 104. I forgot.
You did. You started singing before you were born. We have a Christian Montero on, right? Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Christian
Montano.
How's it going, Christian?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Laura says, hey, and then everybody's coming in. Hey, Joe Casas is coming in.
Joe Casas. Hey, Joe.
Hey,
remember to support
Carlos
Joe.
Garcia and everybody else, man. Awesome. Guys, well, man, you've been singing, I think you said since 11, right? Since probably earlier than that, but professionally since 11, right? Or your first performance, we would say professional, was when you were 11.
My first actually professional performance was probably when I was 14. Well, like with a band, it was 14, but I did start professionally recording at 11.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, what was going through your mind? I mean, you're kind of like living the dream, you know. It's like, especially you kids, you know. And I say that with respect because, you know, you're on YouTube and you see videos and this and that, and then you're part of that world now. Whereas when we grew up, I mean, we had cassette tapes and maybe 8 tracks, if you know what an 8 track is, and that was it. I mean, that was like our YouTube back then. 8 tracks or the radio. We would go to the corner and some kid would have a radio. We would listen to the radio. That was our YouTube. That was our internet back in the day.
We'd be looking through people's windows to watch TV.
Yeah, that's true. But now you're part of it, and it's like, and you were 11. I mean, how did that feel? You know,
it's pretty crazy to think about. When I was 11, it didn't really set in that I was professionally recording and releasing. It was more like, I just recorded a song and I just put it on the radio. It's nothing big. But now that I'm older and I actually understand that everything that goes into it and the exposure you can get from social media, it's pretty crazy to think about. And I'm just so blessed that I have the support team that I do and that I have the fans that I do, because I wouldn't be here without them, and without them tuning in every Wednesday to my Miércoles de Melodías, going out to see me perform and they're truly amazing. And it's crazy to think that I've come so far from that little girl who just stood on stage like this, didn't dance, didn't do anything, just sang. It's crazy to think that I came from that to where I am now.
Wow. Now, who was somebody that inspired you to sing, or who did you look up to, as like female artists, or maybe a male artist, or maybe music that your parents used to sing? What got you into the whole world of singing?
Well, I've always loved to sing ever since I was 2. I was a very big fan of The Little Mermaid. And so I memorized her songs a lot. So she was probably my number one inspiration. She was the first inspiration I ever had. And I memorized Avril Lavigne CD when I was like 2.
Wow.
And so she's probably another inspiration that I have when I was younger. But of course, I grew up listening to the New Mexico music, and then also the Tejano music. So I love Jennifer Pena. Of course, she's like my biggest idol, along with Selena, because who didn't grow up listening to Selena?
Right.
Miss Elida Rina and Stephanie Montiel, and
Lord.
And it's just pretty crazy to think about all of that. And of course, on top of that, I listened to a lot of country because my dad always had country playing. So I loved Maddie and Tay. They're actually my first ever concert on
country, right?
Oh yes, on top of Aldridge, Carrie Underwood, all those. But one of my biggest one right now is probably Tate McRae.
So you're kind of like Donnie Osmond and Marie Osmond, Yeah, one of them was country, the other one was soul or something like that. I'm a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll.
My mom is a total classic rock person. She loves classic rock. She loves Led Zeppelin. She loves Queen. She loves she loves all of that music. So she was pretty sad when I grew up, because she always had that playing. Even when she was pregnant with me, she would put the headset on and she would play Gwen Stefani and all of that. And I didn't like any of it. None of it stuck with me.
Yeah, no, but it's true. Wow, when mom's pregnant and she's listening to music, baby's hearing all that, and it's like, it's weird that you didn't turn out to be a rocker. That's
I didn't like any of her music. I still I like some of it sometimes, but I play to the beat of my own drum.
Yeah, and I like you're like kind of, I guess you could call them covers or songs that you've taken and you've converted into bilingual. You've gone English and Spanish on them, and that's pretty cool. I don't know. What was the song that I liked that I said I liked a lot was that. Have you ever seen The Rain? Because that's an old song, and it's like, I mean, that was good music back in the day. It's an English song. Sing a little bit of that.
My mom loves Creedence, and so she had me learn that like at a very young age, learn how to sing that song. And it just so happened that Juan Gabriel came out with the Spanish version, Gracias al Sol, and my grandpa. Well, I don't call him grandpa, I call him pops. But he was like, you need to learn this song. You need to learn this song. This is a song that you need to record. So that was my first ever record. The first song I ever recorded, Gracias al Sol. I absolutely love the song. And I prefer the Spanish version a little bit more than the English version. I just like how it flows. But I love both versions.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
The song you sang yesterday, I have a drinking problem. That's a hard song, and you nailed it.
Oh, it's more, the hardest part for me is memorizing the guitar chords on top of the lyrics.
Yeah.
And so when I get it, I'm like, yes, I did it.
That was nice. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, really nice.
No. Well, the thing is that they say that when you this is from a psychological point of view, or the study of the brain and all that. When you play guitar, you play piano, or in my case, you play chess. You're using both sides of the brain.
Yes.
You're using, because one is doing the logical side. This is the logical side, the rhythm, right? And this is the emotional side, because you're creating melody. and you're being creative. You're being creative with this hand, and with this hand, it's logical. And so, yeah, and it's cool. So it's like, wow, it comes into play, you know. So yeah, so
you ever think of doing a duet with somebody?
Good question.
There's a lot of people that come to mind when I think of doing duets, but like right now I'm just trying to master my craft and make sure that I have everything down right now for myself when I record, because we have a lot of projects coming up. So right now there's no duets in the works, but in the future, who knows, something might happen. My first duet was with my
your brother.
That was my little brother. My first duet was with my mom. So recording. So that's just the beginning. We'll see what happens in a couple years. And so I'm just excited for whatever comes next.
You seen Juan Gabriel, and my favorite is Rocío Dulca. You know, I love her.
Amor Eterno, actually.
Huh?
I did Amor Eterno. I did it.
That is like my total favorite song.
Oh, yes.
Because Juan Gabriel and Natalia Jimenez sing so wonderful together, and those are like my two favorite. Oh my God, you know. So I'm just like throwing it out there.
Oh no, yes, I love that song too. I actually did that for the children's competition back in 2016, 2017, here in New Mexico at the NMHMAs. And it was pretty crazy. I got Rising Star of the Year and Children's Song of the Year, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Amazing, man. Yeah.
I mean, you're just starting. I mean, you
were like what were you, 6th grade or 7th grade when you first started to perform?
Around when I first started to perform, I was like probably 6th grade.
Well, she started with mariachi, right?
I started with mariachi, so like 3rd grade, probably, when I would perform in front of people. So probably around 3rd grade with the mariachi group that I was in. I sang a couple songs in there, but I mostly just played guitar. But that's where I started performing, actually, other than in the shower and my personal favorite in front of the bathroom mirror.
Yeah. Wow. No, but cool. And you know what? Everybody wants to hear the story here, so let me share this picture. So I'll just put this. And so tell us, how did this song come into play? You know, what was going on? Was this done for Mother's Day? Were you thinking about Mother's Day? What, you know, how did it come into play?
It was actually it was not meant for Mother's Day. It just so happened it was perfectly timed to where it was done right in time for Mother's Day. But we had been, Omar actually wrote this song, and he did an amazing job, a beautiful job. And he showed it to us a couple months back, like back in December, somewhere around there. And we were like, yes, let's do it. And so we played around with it, and then we also worked with an amazing person as well, Mr. Rolando Revilla, to work and compose and combine all of our ideas together, because my mom really was the one who took lead, I would have to say, on the music composition, because she wanted to put it as a rock ballad, because like I said, she's really into that classical rock. So she's the one who really wanted the classical rock, and there was like Styx influences, as well as Bryan Adams influences, all kinds of other artists. So we decided, let's do this. So we divided up the words, and we waited a little bit. We had to wait a little bit because my mom got sick. She likes to say she got sick for 3 weeks, but she was just trying to stall because she didn't want to. She was like, at first, she's like, yes, let's do it. Let's record. I'm ready. But my mom's very shy. So she's like, I'm sick. I think you should have somebody else. I'm still getting sick. I'm getting sick. But we eventually had her do it. And the song is just really talking about the mother-daughter relationship, and even not just a mother-daughter relationship. It's also talking about any mother figure like abuelas, tias, older primas, anybody who fills that role for you. It's literally meant for any parent to their child if you really look at it.
Yeah. No, and like we were talking before, it had to have been your mother. No other woman would have gave that song justice. It just wouldn't have, because you hear the song and you see the passion, you feel the passion, you hear the passion. It's like, it's perfect, And I know your mom's there, but she was the only one that could have put that song together. No, I mean, could have made that song happen. Had they gotten somebody else, that song would not have had the impact that it's had. Porque the story behind it, just brings everybody together with it too. I mean, you don't even have to listen to the song, just the story alone. And then you hear the song, you go, ah!
It's enough to make somebody
melt, man.
Cry, yeah.
You feel like crying,
It's a beautiful song.
Beautiful.
Did an amazing job writing it and producing it. And we truly cannot thank him enough for all the work he's put into the song, as well as me, because he is also the president of my record label. He's my manager. He pretty much does it all. He's in my band.
That is awesome.
He's in my band. He's my manager. He's my he literally does everything. So shout out to Mr. Omar Hernandez for all the hard work that he does. Truly appreciate him, as well as his brothers Javier and Ruben Hernandez, who have also done so much for me.
Man, you are one lucky girl that you come into in any business you go into, any field you go into, as basically stranger to the industry, and then you're hooked up with people that are going to treat you right.
And he's so young. Actually, I was telling Ray earlier that he's so young. I didn't know he was that young. Like when I first started talking to him like 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's only 23. He'll be 24 now in November. So he's very young and very intelligent I
met him like 2 years ago on the phone, and I didn't know he was that young. I met him, and then I seen him on what do you call it on Wednesdays?
Miércoles de Melodías.
But you started off, when I met you, was when you were cooking, you would make cakes and stuff.
Yes, that was we actually did that one time, so we're gonna have to get him in the kitchen and have him do another cooking lesson.
You did that. I seen you, and then you would be Christmas. I've been following you for a long time. Like I thought he was your brother. Like seriously,
Oh yeah, a lot of people
are so close.
Like, are you guys related? We're like, no, we're best friends, and he is, like I said, he does
awesome person. Yes.
No, he's sharp.
You're so
the
blessed.
very first time I saw you guys, you were in some show, and you were both together. And in fact, it was the three of you that were there. It was you, your mom, and Omar, and
Joe Casas.
It was a Joe Casas show. That's right. And I remember, I think I comment, man, that man or that dude or that young man is brilliant. I think I posted something like that, because he's sharp. He's a sharp
and
guy.
He's such a genuine and kind soul. On top of being so intelligent and knowledgeable in this field, because his dad was a radio host, Gato, and so he's been kind of around this scene for a long time. I actually met Omar when he was 18, 19.
Wow.
And I was like 12, 11, somewhere around, or 13. Yeah, 12, 13. I get confused so much.
Wow, that's
Hey, Ellen, how's it going?
Hey, Alan.
He's from Tennessee, out there.
Yeah, Ellen says hello, Gabriella.
So yeah, wow. And so now you're 17. She's not really 144, guys.
No,
she's
104.
17. She's 17, and she's going to be a senior. Come September or come August or whatever. Well, she's already a senior, but school
coming this fall.
In August, right, in the fall. And man, so you're gonna have an awesome senior year, man.
I'm gonna have a busy senior year. I mean, I already had a really busy junior year. Yeah. My dad likes to say I'm kind of like a superhero because I live a double life.
Yeah.
Night and like on weekends, you have the performing Gabriella Salazar, who goes to different performances and is outgoing and talkative and not shy at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Gabriella, who goes to school with a backpack, hood on, doesn't really talk to anybody, super introvert, is very shy. And I keep to myself at school a lot of the time. I am very much a loner at school. So it's pretty crazy when my parents see like the drastic difference between it.
Wow. And so how do your classmates treat you as far as that's concerned? I mean, I'm sure they know you're like a little legend. I mean, as far as, because there's not a lot of kids your age that are performing at that level. So you're like, you have a certain status, and it must be hard.
Living in a small town, definitely a lot of people know that I do music. But as far as like, I get asked questions a couple times, but I actually don't really get questioned as much as somebody would think about my music and everything that comes with it. Like I said, I'm super shy. I'm an introvert at school, so I kind of just keep to myself. And also, if you guys don't know, I'm super short. I'm 4'10", so I can weave through the crowds like nothing, and I can disappear and hide. I can do all of it. I'm like I said, I'm like a superhero.
I was watching your show yesterday, and you made me laugh because you said that blouse you had on was from the 6th grade.
Yes, it was actually. When I first got it, because it's originally supposed to be a crop top, but when I first got it, it was long on me,
like a dress,
and it was an extra small, and it was long on me. So now that I'm older, it actually fits me the way it's supposed to fit. There's a skirt that goes with it, but I have to wear shorts under it because now it's super short.
Wow. So, Gabriella, sing us something. Sing us something.
Do you have anything specific, and do you want
no, whatever.
Something from my album?
Sing
do you
something
want
from your album?
Hilda said that she liked Drinking Problem. I can do that too.
Yeah, sing that. And if your mom's around and if you want to sing Mujer Maravilla, you can
She's
sing.
going like this. She's going.
Don't go there, Ray.
Come on, Feliz.
Oh yeah, she's shy, but I can do what's it called? I can do the chorus if you want to.
Oh yeah, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
En mi corazón está el problema. No bebo para olvidar. La gente dice que soy un borracho que da. Brindemos una vez más. Sus conclusiones lo dicen mucho. Es mi problema y yo nunca los escucho.
Wow.
That's good.
Hey, Alan. Oh.
I didn't know there was a Spanish version to that song until Omar introduced it to me. And I always knew the English song. Everybody pretty much knows the English song of that one. So, like I said, it was pretty fun to learn there was a Spanish version and actually learn it on my guitar.
I think there's a Spanish version for Tennessee Whiskey as well.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's kind of a Spanish version now for everything nowadays.
Yeah.
The Spanish culture is very much alive nowadays.
Yeah.
And artists are crossing into the Spanish genre.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw Selena Gomez, who started performing and producing more Spanish albums on her CD. Mm-hmm. We see all kinds of artists learning Spanish. It's pretty crazy that it is so alive, and it's pretty awesome to see that happening with some of like the biggest stars out there.
Right. And so, we're gonna, and you know what? I mean, you're only 17, so imagine what I can't imagine what you're gonna be doing when you're 20 and 25. How the music industry is gonna change, and what else you're gonna be putting together. Maybe by then you're gonna be doing rock and roll, something. and your mom's gonna be there with her lighter.
She said no. She said she's gonna be there with her tambourine or with the triangle, just going. Bing.
Oh, look at this! Perdóname. Can you sing a little bit of that?
I can sing a little bit just for you, Laura. This is just for you.
Just for Laura. Everybody, cover your ears.
Perdóname por haberte fallado. Te pido que te olvides del pasado, porque no fue mi intención lastimar tu corazón. Ya he pagado suficiente por mi error.
Wow. Beautiful.
Amazing, man.
Yes.
You have a voice. And I mean, again, we go to 17, right? So you think about it. Your voice and your talent has, and I don't mean any insult by this, but your voice and your talent has not matured yet.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're not at your. I don't know if this sounds right, but you're not at your peak because you're gonna constantly get better. You have so much more time. It's like, oh my God, you know,
It's crazy to think. But even I go back to the old songs that I used to do, that I used to just play on guitar, and my voice has changed so much. Like songs that were easy for me to do, that were higher, I'm like, I can't do it. But then there's songs that were too low for me back then that are perfect for me now.
Yeah.
And even from a year ago, because if you look at Concepto Rosa, you can actually hear my voice change throughout the entire album, because it was recorded throughout 3 years. Right. It was recorded, like it took a year for most of the songs, but one of the songs, it was back in 2019 or 2020 that we released it, Adicta. That was the first song that I did with Numex Records when I just signed on with them. And my voice sounds so different compared to the last song, which is Tu Carinito on the album. And it's pretty funny. You can literally hear my voice go from here to here.
Yeah. And those are 12 songs in that whole album. I mean, you know, that's a lot of music. And like I was telling you, I was listening to your song, and all of a sudden, boom, one after another, one after another, and it was great. And you know, and I can listen to some artists, and then you know, I'll change artists. But I just kept it going. You know, it's like wow. And then I turned on my computer the next day. You were still on. And it was like, oh, cool.
And the thing about Concepto Rosa is, like you said, some artists stick to like the same genre, or songs sound kind of similar to each other. But with Concepto Rosa, every song on there's one for everybody, because there's all kinds of different genres. We didn't stick to one specific genre. That's kind of where the name Concepto Rosa came from, because it's concept pink. There's not a specific concept. We went with pink, which is fun, bubbly. It reminded me of everything from my childhood, like cotton candy, makeup, and all of that fun stuff that I used to love and still love. And that's why we named it Concepto Rosa, that album, because it's not just one specific genre. Like it's not Concepto Tejano, Concepto Bachata, Concepto Country. It's literally all of it put together. And that's kind of how I would explain my style. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of me, a little bit of everything in it. And that's why I love what I do so much, because I literally get to sample from every type of music genre.
Hey, Joe, how's it going? Gabriella, so proud of her. Yeah, Joe's the man, and Joe is cool. That's
Joe's awesome. Y'all need to follow him on Joe. Hey, you sang a song, right? Tears in Heaven?
Yes.
Well, we got a request.
Yes.
Sing Nada de Ti.
Oh, no, this is going to be so warmed up after this. I'm going to be
man. I told you, man. You come on Talk Show Central RTV style, and Royal will ask you to sing.
I'm fine with being put on the spot. Okay.
Because that one, Final Tears, there's a video, right?
No.
There's not. Okay. My mistake. Sorry.
Not yet. Let's sing the song.
Okay.
Oí.
No quiero nada de ti. Yo pienso que tú tienes otro amor.
I just did a little bit. I want you guys to all go and listen to the
Oh
album.
man, she told you.
If you haven't heard Concepto Rosa, I want all of you guys to go and download it to all the platforms. I can't give it all away.
Yeah, go buy it. Follow her on all the digital platforms.
Yeah,
go to iTunes and Apple and buy her album.
Yeah, definitely buy. You know, you can also go to her website and you can see some information there, of course. But let's see what else. What else is going on? You were talking about some certain song, Hilda.
Oh, Amor Eterno. I can't say the Spanish right.
Amor Eterno de Rocío Duque.
Rocío Duque.
And you were talking about En el Cielo, right? Tears in Heaven?
Yeah,
Yes.
Tears in Heaven, tribute.
Yes.
Yeah,
those are the first songs, about 2 years ago that Omar sent me. You know, when I used to be with Tejano Outlaw Radio. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And those are the first ones he sent.
That song is actually only available to listen to on what's it called, on radio for request. And Omar and my mom actually translated it themselves from the Eric version, the English version, the Aaron Clapton version. So they actually translated it by hand. So that was all of them, and I helped a little bit, but at the time I was still learning Spanish. I was still very, very brand new to it. So it came out to be super pretty and a super heartfelt song. And Eric Clapton, he wrote it for his son, who sadly passed away. So it's a beautiful song, and it's perfect for anybody who has lost a loved one, a friend, anybody in their life that held really close to their hearts.
Yeah, well, and I'm lucky to have it.
Yeah. Wow, man.
Yeah.
So, which is your favorite song of all the songs you've sang?
Oh, that's hard. You can't put me on the spot like that. Well, I would have to say, in the album,
top three then.
In the album, my favorite song is Convénceme. It's the bachata kind of styled one. I love the bachata style. I think it's so fun to dance to. I just love the rhythm. It's amazing to shake your hips to.
Yeah.
I also love Tu Cariñito. That is probably my second favorite. It is a mix of like rock and country, and and cumbia. It's super fun. We like to call it a country cumbia, but if Omar was here, he says no, it's a rattlesnake cumbia.
Rattlesnake cumbia.
We freaking vote at shows, and I win every time. So, and my third favorite probably would have to be Nada de Ti.
Nada de Ti. That was, I mean, you just sang a couple of maybe 3 bars. I mean, and that thing is like, wow. I you know, just the rest of the song we mentioned, you know, it's I see it as an empowerment. The woman has been empowered, and she goes, I don't need you anymore, dude. Get out there.
It's a very strong song, full of emotion, kind of like how Selena did Amor Prohibido or Como la Flor. All of the songs have a lot of emotion, and music is my outlet. So I put all of my energy and all of my emotions into what I'm singing, and it's very therapeutic for me. And it's literally music. I don't know what I would do without it, because like I said, it's my outlet. It is pretty much my life at this point. I eat, sleep, and dream music.
And that's, you know, I mean, if you do anything in life, you do it with passion, you do it well, you do it with all your heart, and it's going to come out, you know, the results are going to be, you know, outstanding, and you're going to have great return for your investment, you know, your time and everything you're doing. And so, yeah, it takes heart, it takes passion, it takes drive, and you're putting in the hard work, man. You're going to get great results, man. So, wow, man, it's so cool. Okay, you say, tell them your mom's favorite. That's Jonathan Espinosa wrote.
Espinosa
wrote, yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan Espinosa actually wrote Me Dan Ganas, which is on the album. And it is my mom's favorite because, I don't know, do you know the show Stranger Things?
No.
Well, it's a very sci-fi 90s. Well, it's 80s 90s based, but it's just come out. They actually came out with a brand new season, and my mom absolutely loves that show. And I know there's a lot of people who actually really really love Stranger Things. And so if you listen to the theme song of Stranger Things, and then you listen to Me Dan Ganas, they sound very like similar in sound. They're super cool. Me Dan Ganas, it's super cool. And also, but I like to call it the weekend song because it reminds me of kind of the weekend style. So my mom calls it the Stranger Things song, and I call it the weekend song. But it's a super fun original that we have on the album. That's the one of the two originals we have on the album. The second one is Ojitos Chicanos, which was written by Jose Chino Carrillo. And it's a very fun song, very norteño, talking about culture and heritage and all of that amazing stuff that you see here in New Mexico.
Wow.
And everywhere else as well.
No, but see. And sing us a little bit about it.
Which one?
The norteño one.
Oh, okay. Tengo unos ojos bonitos que miran así, así, así.
Oh.
Los quiero porque me brillan como las estrellas de donde nací. Estos mis ojos bonitos que miran para allá, para acá, para allá. Ay, qué bonito yo siento cuando ellos me miran, me pongo a bailar.
Wow, man.
Wow.
That kind of reminds me of an old Mexican song.
It's a very
what was it called? I think Yo tengo unos ojos negros que me... No. Not that one. That one's Yo tengo unos ojos negros que me los quiere comprar los viendo por esto. But no, I started singing the wrong song, but it was too... man, I lost it. It was another song. Something with a lunar. Ese lunar que tiene cielito lindo, boca la boca.
I actually did not like that song for a long period of time. Funny story. So I don't know why, but when I was very young, like I said, music, I put all my emotion into it. And that song, it would just make me cry when I was little. For no reason. Like, I didn't even understand what it was when I was little. Didn't understand what it was saying, but it would just make me cry. And I played it a couple times at a couple family funerals. So I didn't like that song for a very long time because I was like, oh no, that's the funeral song. I don't like that.
It's not. Wow. No, well, you know what a lunar is, right? Like a birthmark?
Yes.
Maybe that's why, because you thought you didn't know what a lunar was when you were little. I don't know, maybe.
Maybe, I didn't know, but like I said, that song, it when I was little, I was not a fan of it. Like my mom will tell you how I would start crying as soon as I started hearing that song, and I was very little.
Any songs you just hate? Ooh, that's a hard question right there.
I can't think of a song that I hate.
That you just don't want to say.
There's some songs that like are kind of hard for me to do because if you're a singer, you know that some songs like
your range,
well, that too, and as when you're starting out, songs you are known for that you get asked to do a lot of the time. And it's kind of like, okay, do it again. So there's some songs where I'm like, well, why don't we try to do this song or this song? Because, like I said, you get burnt out of music. And I know I'm speaking for some singers, musicians. I know I'm speaking for myself personally. I don't like to hear my own voice that much. Listening to like the album and stuff. I don't know why. It's the funniest thing. But I'm just not a fan of listening to myself or performances. Like, we'll record performances and they'll be like, okay, you have to watch them, you have to go over it. And I'm like, oh no, I have to listen to myself sing because I'm my biggest critic. Pretty much everybody's their own biggest critic. So I nitpick every single little thing. And my mom is one of my biggest critics as well. And when she'll say, oh my gosh, you did like really good. And I'll like rewatch it. I'll be like, that's horrible. No, thank you.
Hey, look at John says, I want you to redo Jennifer Peña's El Dolor.
Yes, we actually have taken an interest in that song. Like I said, I love Jennifer Pena. She's one of my idols, and I love that album that she did with El Dolor de Tu Presencia. And I sing along to pretty much all of them, and that's kind of where Perdóname came from because it's a Jennifer Pena song. And I absolutely fell in love with Perdóname. So for my first album, I was like, it has to be on there. Perdóname has to be on there.
Perdóname. Oh, man. I've never heard that one. How does that go?
You just heard it? Or which one? El Dolor?
That was, Perdóname was the one I sang a little bit ago.
Oh, okay. I got confused there. I had my blonde moment.
Well, I have that all the time.
His blonde moment.
I naturally have dark hair, so my mom's always saying like, you had a blonde moment. I'm like, I always have blonde moments. I'm blonde.
Listen, Jenny, we are the worst critics of ourselves, and that's true. And that's a good thing because you want everything close to perfection. If you're good at what you do, that's what you want to do, and that's why you want to review, your work, and you want to critique it because you want to put the best possible performances and the worst possible work out there. I always say autograph your work with excellence.
Yeah.
Kristen said he wishes you can record Dame un beso from Selena.
Oh, Dame un besito. I've actually I used to perform that song. I actually love Dame un besito, and it was one of the first songs that I had to learn how to dance to. Because if you guys didn't know, when I first started out performing, when Omar first met me, just stand there. Just stand there. Let it move. Let it move. I would just stand there and sing. And then Omar came into the picture. He's like, you have to move. You have to perform.
Do something.
And so that was one of the first songs I had to learn how to dance to. And I disliked that song for a long period of time because I just remember being so frustrated trying to learn how to dance and build up rhythm. But now I love that song, and
Dame un beso.
it's one of my fondest memories to look back on when I first started out with actually being a performing artist.
Wow. This is Jenny. She loves mariachi music. So what mariachi song could you sing for us?
Oh, let's see. I could do Tu Solo Tu. I actually know a little bit of that. Or I can do Duele, of course.
Ooh. Is that Tu Solo Tu? Oh, that one's cool. That's,
do you want me to do that one?
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to sing.
Yeah.
Mira cómo ando mi amor por tu querer, borracha y apasionada, no más por tu amor. Miran cómo ando mi bien, muy dada la borrachera y a la perdición.
I love that song.
Solo tú has llenado de luto mi vida, abriendo una herida en mi corazón. Tú, solo tú, eres causa de todo mi llanto, de mi desencanto y desesperación.
Wow.
Man, you know what I was thinking? Wow, that reminds me so much of Lola Beltran.
Oh my gosh, thank you that's like a huge compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, those are legends, man. Lola Beltran, Pedro Infante, Luis Aguilar, Javier Solís, You know, I mean,
Betty Guevara.
I grew up watching those movies and then singing those songs, and it's like, man, thank you. You took me back there. You took me back there.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I love singing on here. It was one of the first mariachi songs that I actually sung, and I also Angela Aguilar is actually one of my biggest inspirations on
Oh,
how
I love her.
and she does amazing. I like to joke around that I hate her because she's literally perfect. She's beautiful. She sings amazing. I actually saw her in concert not too long ago.
Really?
And she was riding a horse and her vocals sounded like she was standing still. It was recorded in a studio. And I was like, oh my gosh, what can she not do?
I love that song she sings with her dad.
She was riding a horse, and you could not tell she was riding a horse if you closed your eyes.
No, but that's, you know, the maturity of the voice and of the craft. You know, it just gets to that level. It's like you, like we said, Joe. Joe, love the vocal lifts.
Thank you, Joe.
And it's true. You know, it's like, you know, one thing's to sing, you know, the song stretch, but you know, it's kind of like in jazz. You know, you go the you know, that's hard to do. You know,
I've definitely, the more that I've practiced and the longer I've been in this business, I've definitely learned different tricks and how to play with my voice and how to control it, just to make sure that after a 2-hour set, I'm not all ronca and I can actually still sing and I can still talk to people after. So it's very important that you learn those proper techniques so you can take care of your voice, because there are some awful things that can happen without proper voice training and all of that.
You sing from your placement, right?
Oh yes, you go from your head voice to your chest voice to your mixed voice.
And the way you breathe and all that.
Oh yes, you're from your diaphragm.
No, notice I said your placement. Not too many people know what that is.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, man, that is so cool. You said Laura here. I still think you'll do great with Dreaming of You. Oh, Selena's Dreaming of You.
That song is I don't think I can, when I listen to that song, I don't think I could do it justice, because Selena really, she puts everything into that song and it's such a beautiful song. So I don't know if I could compete with Selena on that one. I can get her comp on some songs.
Yeah.
I do Tus Desprecios and I do it a little faster sometimes than how she does it. And we like to joke around that that's when, because there's different versions of Gabri, like my family likes to say. So there's like the mariachi Gabri, there's all of this, and then there's the rapping Gabri. Because for one of my performances, I was literally rapping that song.
No way! I want to hear that.
The tempo was like so, like boom, 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 boom. So it was scary at the time, but I didn't even notice how fast it was until we got off, and my mom was like, "Oh my gosh, you were like rapping that song."
Órale. Yo.
Oh yeah, and in one of the songs we do in our sets, Si Veo Tu Mamá, Bad Bunny actually covered that song. I like to bring out, we like to say the Chola Gabri.
Chola, all right.
I'm like
the little hat.
Yo te quiero. And then on one part, I like kind of get down and I like go back and forth and go like this. So that's like the loca chola side of Gabri.
You're crazy.
You put the makeup on as well, and the headband.
Oh, I'm not that good. I'm not that good at impersonating.
Well, let me ask you that. You know, going in, you know, with headband and the hat, and you know, doing those kind of things. What's your? I know we've mentioned this before. Acting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
a huge part. People may not say, oh, you're just singing, you're just performing, you're just talking up there. It's not that much. You have to actually build a persona as a performer. Like I said, it's a totally different person of the Gabri, like normal, casual, and then there's Gabriella Salazar, who's the performer, the persona, and it's just so different because you have to engage with your fans. You have to act a lot. It's
brand Gabriella.
Yes, and
brand Gabriella.
Yeah. So when you if, like, for example, if you're having a bad day, or it's not really acting, because it's more I'm bringing out the other side of me. But sometimes when your performer's having a bad day or something, they have to leave their emotions, check them at the door, and you have to turn on that persona, flip that switch, and turn on to your other side.
Wow.
So acting, it definitely comes with the territory sometimes, but I don't really act. I like to keep it very real with my fans, and I like to keep it very real with myself and be real with my music, because that's what music is all about to me, putting all of your emotions into it and putting everything that you got into it. So I try to be as real with everybody as possible. And there's rarely a time when I'm acting. I'm myself 24/7. If you, Miss Hilda knows, she's seen my Miércoles de Melodías. Yeah. When I mess up, I don't I'm like, oh no, I messed up. I'm sorry. And I bring my personality,
you go right through it.
My quirkiness and all of that fun stuff into it. And I just pretty much own everything I do, because you have to do it. Because if you mess up, you can't just stop and be like, oh my gosh, I gotta go. I'm sorry, guys. I have to leave. That was horrible.
No. And you know what? That's just part of you wanting to do it great. And, you know, that's good. That's good. It's there. And you're young. And so, man.
Do you think your brother's going to follow in your footsteps?
My middle brother, no.
No?
Because he is the jock athlete of the family. Mr. Popular of the family. He's 14, and he's going to be joining me at high school next year, which is not too fun for any sibling knows that. But the little one, my younger brother, who popped in here just a second ago, he didn't know. He's like, oh no, and then he hit it up the other way. He has taken some interest in music. He's actually memorized all of my songs, and he likes to sing sometimes when I'm practicing. And he likes to try and dance with me sometimes. He's a super fun kid. He loves coming in here when I'm in here and banging on the drums. But he's taking a very keen interest into learning piano. He wants to learn piano and keyboard. So who knows? Hopefully one day he'll be playing in my band with me.
Wow,
That's
cool.
super amazing. Cool. We tried to get Orion, which is my other brother, to learn drums, but like I said, he's the jock, so he's like, no, thank you.
He says,
that's good.
No, but the thing is, when you love it, you know, that's, you know, I mean, when it's fun, you're going to do it its best. You're going to give it its best all the time. And we think of Selena. I mean, Selena started when she was really, really young, you know, and so, you know, a lot of times, you know, we think, okay, well, you want to perform at Selena in the last years, you know, and of course, you're talking about her voice maturing and all the experiences that she went to and a whole bit. And same with you. I mean, you're going to get to that level and probably more, because you get to see more artists, because now with the internet, with the YouTube, you know, you're so close to some other people, and you're able to really develop your, not only your voice, but also your business sense, and, you know, your acting skills and everything else that's going to come into your future. You know, you'll have more of an advantage than even Selena did. And of course, anybody coming after you will have more advantage, because who knows what's going to come in the future? You know, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I think the internet was it could be scary, but it can also be amazing. There's also always debates about that. But for COVID, it was amazing for me personally, because I could still go on Facebook Live with everybody. And that's when I came up with the idea of Miércoles de Melodías.
Yeah.
So I could actually interact with my supporters and talk to them and keep up with them and do more songs, learn more songs. And it was also a way for me to keep practicing my guitar. And just, it was very hard though, learning how to engage with because you go from engaging with a crowd of people who can respond back to you, who you can read a crowd, but then you go to this.
Yeah, one-on-one.
There's no emotions here. There's nobody who can interact with you here other than when you read comments. So it was very difficult at first because, like I said, I'm naturally shy. So talking to a camera, I was very nervous. If you look at like my first Miércoles de Melodías, I did it in my room, and you could tell how shy I was in there. But I've definitely I'm more comfortable on there. And so the internet is truly an awesome thing. But now I have to learn how to go back into the real world and start interacting again with the crowd. So it kind of goes full circle.
And you will, and you'll achieve a whole lot more. Like I said, man, it's like it takes you to another level because of the natural that you comes out. You're natural. Because again, you're being real because that's where you're at right now. You're 100% passion. You're all about music, and hopefully that never dies. And eventually, at some point, hopefully it never dies. But we've seen that with other artists where it's not there anymore. You know, they still have the talent, all of that, but they kind of lose the love for it. You know,
it's just not as relatable, and that's what I love. That's what I love about these Miércoles de Melodías, because I get to one-on-one interact with my fans, and I get to I try to be relatable as possible. And like I said, that's why I go live. That's why I don't pre-record my shows.
Right.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I cheat, but that's why I tend not to pre-record. So if I mess up, and they see it, so they know that I'm an actual person. I'm not some robot who is perfect. Who's perfect.
Who goes back and edits and comes up. Hey, Johnny Changlas.
Far from perfect.
Johnny Changlas.
Johnny Changlas is here. Well, great, man. Well, I tell you what, sing us. Well, you know what? Hold on. I want to show you a video, and I think people have seen it, but let's just show it here, especially since your mom's here. So. We're gonna go off screen for a little bit, but here we go. Wow.
That is so beautiful. I just got goosebumps. I was thinking about my mom today. I miss her so much. I wish I could have her back. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without my mom. So but thank you. I'm sending you so much hugs right now, Hilda, through the virtual hugs.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ray, for putting that together. That was
beautiful. Man.
My mom was kind of tearing up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom.
Johnny says send him the song.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, right. He said, Joe, I love it. All right.
That's What is that, Jojo? Jojo. I asked for it when. What happened?
Oh my goodness. But yeah, man, it's like, and your mom sounds great, man. I was just right now when I was hearing that, it seemed like it was only one singer. Because you're the singer, and she's not the singer, but she's got a great voice, and she matches up with you. It doesn't.
A lot of people.
It's not like so you're singing and I'm singing and I'm cracking and but it's in pitch. It's in pitch. It could, if you don't know better, you could think that they would probably be the same person singing.
Yeah, our voices definitely complement each other, and we were very lucky there because some duets, when people want to do duets, they put it together and they're like, "This does not." It sounds the vocals are perfect,
No
but
chemistry.
they don't complement each other.
No.
So I'm very lucky that my mom's voice complements mine.
No, she's got a great voice, so it's like, wow. I think Feliz needs to pursue music. She used to pursue singing and come out with her own little album or whatever, even if it's rock and roll or something.
This was a one-time deal. She doesn't even want to perform it in public. She just was like,
"Oh, come on, just once." like for the single release, like for
yeah.
It's like, this is a one-time deal. You're the singer of the family, not me.
The judge of Tejano just said.
Okay, he's a judge. Yeah, we got the idea. We're all gonna go. One more.
You know who's watching? Johnny Cakes from Tejano Lips. Hey.
Hey, Johnny.
Hi.
So yeah. Well, man, believe it or not, man, it's been over an hour. Man, we've had so much fun with you. This has been an awesome, just get together, chit chat here about talking about your music. And thank you for singing so many songs. You're very giving. And so yeah, hey, there's Johnny.
Johnny Cakes.
I love that picture.
I love that profile.
Yes.
That's from what is it from 16 Candles?
I love that.
That's 16 Candles.
That movie.
I love that picture.
With my mom.
Remember that when she's on the bike?
My favorite part is when he crashes it into the lake.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Hey, what is it? Oh my God, they toilet paper up the house.
Oh yeah.
That's
Don't get any ideas.
I'm gonna have to watch.
I'm not athletic enough to do that.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie when they get all drunk and stuff, and they're like.
And then the star, he's like under the coffee table.
Oh,
hey, what does the lady go? What you eating? Quiche? No quiche. What is it?
I haven't watched that movie in a while, but it's such a great movie. It's hilarious.
Yeah. That's an awesome movie.
Well, thank you, Hilda and Brandy, so much for having me.
Oh man, and we need to do another one before on your next release. We definitely need to come in here and do that. And so
next time, bring your mom and Omar.
Yeah. Invite your mom. I know she lives really far, but invite her,
Yeah.
She lives like 144 miles away, something like that.
Yeah. But you're welcome anytime, all the time. Anytime.
Anytime you want to come by and announce something, even if you
just
get on the show and say, hey, we'll see.
Next time I dye my hair, I'm just going to get on and be like, guys, look, I dyed my hair. Okay,
or you cut it, or you snipped it, or you trimmed it.
Yeah, that's called a high and buys.
Yes, yeah. That's great. But anyways, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have an amazing.
Your mom has a nice voice.
I know it's later.
Yeah, your mom can do a single.
Johnny said, and yes, your mom has a nice voice.
My mom's laughing because she's like, oh no.
See, your mommy should do a single.
Johnny Cake said your mom has a nice voice.
She said,
yeah, acá te están diciendo sexy girlfriend, and I think they're referring to mom.
I think we need to go on with this interview.
We can keep going. I don't care.
No. Hey, you're welcome to come on anytime. And even if the mailman comes by, hey, you got a good-looking mailman. I'm looking at you like.
Hi, Hilda.
We don't have any mailmen here we don't have any here in town. We have the post office.
Yeah,
the little boxes.
But anyways, thank you guys so much. I know it's probably late for you, Egg. I know that.
Everybody wants their little Murphy video.
My mom's like, no, I don't. My mom's saying, stop the madness.
What?
That video, yeah, we weren't prepared. We kind of just did that video on the spot. so it's very raw.
No,
But anyways, I will see you guys later. Thank you, everybody.
Good night,
Hugs.
Christina.
Everybody
Thank you.
have an
Hugs.
amazing night. Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you so much, Hilda.
You
And
are
I hope
awesome,
to
girl.
see you guys soon. Be sure to keep in touch, and everybody
Oh,
go
absolutely.
visit GabriellaSalazar.com.
Yeah.
Follow you. It's
Want
everywhere.
to see any of the music or listen to any of the music.
Yeah, definitely. I'll get one more comment here. Casey, they say good night and the whole bit.
And you're on
And
all
you know,
social
let me
media.
just put the website here so you guys can see it. This is Gabriella's website. Go in there and, you know, buy her music, look up her music, and I'm sure you have some t-shirts and stuff like that in there.
And you're on TikTok and everywhere.
I am on all social media platforms. And TikTok, I'm newest on there, so I've been making a lot of fun videos. So be sure to check those out. I've gotten some bruises from one of the Easter one. I got a couple bruises from that. I did it so many times, and you'll see why I had got bruises from it. But be sure to check out my TikTok so my hard work doesn't go to waste.
There you go.
Okay.
Bueno.
Okay.
Besitos, abrazos.
Bye.
You are awesome.
Yes, you are absolutely awesome.
Woo! Bye,
Take
guys.
Good night, everybody.
Ándale.
I'm
Bye-bye.
out of here.
Wow. So what's up, man? What an awesome individual, man. She is, and she's only 17, guys.
Yes.
That's mind blowing. So imagine in 2 years, man, and her voice
Oh,
is gonna
yeah.
be
I didn't even think 2 years. She's just flying already.
No, hombre, ya está volando. She's up high.
Yeah.
She's an eagle. Back can
Yeah.
fly like an eagle.
Yeah. The New Mexico people are awesome all over.
Yeah, man.
So,
So cool.
yeah. Okay. Well, it was an awesome interview. Thank you. Thanks everyone for coming on and listening. And
And before you go, let me give you a heads up. I got a phone call here. Yes, we'll do it. Awesome. So guys, we had a show scheduled that we canceled. I unfortunately was not available because I needed to do something with the city for Memorial Day, and so I had to wind up canceling the show. The show will be going on next Thursday, a week from tonight. I'm going to have Daniel Lee Gallegos and Luisa
Gayan.
Gayetan is going to be here, and we're going to talk about the song De La Lluvia, you know. I totally messed up the name there. But you know, guys, what I'm talking about? They're going to be here next Thursday as our next guest on the music show. And Hilda ya se me fue, so I didn't even get to tell her goodbye. But again, this is Royal, guys. You guys have an awesome. This is Royal with Talk Show Central RTV style. Bidding you good night and adios.